You're watching ManUtd VanCam.
This is VanCam, this is VanCam you waited for. Well, that's the thing, Steve. I'm not having somebody talk about my son like that, so I've leapt at him, Fellaini elbow. He's dropped like a sack of shit. I've gone in Roy Keane, Alfie Inga Haaland style, and stood over him. I say, don't you ever talk about my son like that again, you cheeky bastard. Won't be going to parents' evening again. That's me finished with them. Hey, teachers, leave those kids alone. How are you doing, everyone? It's Friday night. If you're watching live, the finest of fair play to you. This is your weekly instalment of the ManUtd VanCam. Hope everybody is well. Loads to get through this week. We will be doing all the usual shit. We're looking very briefly back at Manchester United's disappointing 3-3 draw with Everton at Old Trafford. Also, an FA Cup game to forget against West Ham. Did sort of feel like I just wasted, I don't even know how long it was. It was too long anyway. I'd rather stick big, massive knitting needles in my ball bag, and that says something when it comes to United, because usually I prefer watching United over anything. But that's the one night, honestly, I would have preferred to have watched anything else. But yeah, hope everybody is well. We're doing all the usual shit, but before I get started talking about the club that we all love, well, as Man United fans anyway, there'll be some other rival fans probably watching anyway, but it's time to do the Super Chat Appreciation Society. That means we get dancing, Kev. Love them days. Yeah. I want to say a massive thank you to VanCam regular David Conreen, who said, from Erica the Conman and myself, Dave the Rave, aka the Wivenshaw Raver, PS, I can only send £5 super chats rather than £2. I nearly sent you 500 by mistake. You know you would have got it back, sunshine. You know you would have. Thank you very much for the beer tokens. Also, Ajmal Cosman seems to be a regular on ManUtd VanCam every show, to the finest of fair play. Canadian dollars, I think they are. Great show as usual. Thanks. Let's get the show started. So the huge disappointment was the 3-3 draw with Everton, a game that I thought we bossed in large parts of the game. And to take the lead, throw it away, a 2-goal lead, even to get back 3-2 in front, and then throw it again, away again. It was just the fact it was the last bastard kick of the game as well. It was really the sucker punch. That was the big kick in the ball sack, and it hurt. It really did, because I thought we'd done enough to see the game out, but so many questions over our defence. We always knew that with this defence, it was going to be a difficult season. Lindelof and Maguire fast becoming the Chuckle Brothers, man. I mean, the Chuckle Brothers were funny, but these two, I've given them serious competition. Harry Maguire, 80 million. It's unfair to label him as that, because United had to pay that to get him out of Leicester City at the time. That was the going rate. You pay it up, you get him, and United had to do it. But sometimes I just look and I think, Jesus Christ, the uncertainty that these two breed at the back as a pairing, they're just non-existent as a pairing. And for Harry Maguire to play, oh, that last line on side for the... Still hurting, man. Really, do you know what? I don't even want to talk about it. It's not very good for a ManUtd VanCam, is it? West Ham. Don't want to talk about it. Why would I? It would be absolutely shit viewing this for me to try and break down and analyse a game of football that was absolute horseshit. And my man Scott McTominay scored, which led to a lot of people tweeting me my video of the McTominay song. We know what we're talking about. McTominay, McTominay, McTominay. Ah! That was really bad. Forget that one for another week. I'll try it again next week. But yeah, McTominay silencing the haters. You know, them absolute dickheads who say he's a slide on the knee, kiss the badge merchant. Do you know what, Scott? Keep doing that shit, man. Every time you score, slide on your knees, kiss the badge, do whatever you want. You've played for the club since you were a kid. You know what Man United's all about. It's the other knobheads that watch you and slag you off that don't know what it's about. So plenty coming up this week, you get all your usual stuff. We kick off with the big VanCam debate. We then do CockStroker of the week, followed quickly by best of the week. We're then going to look at the ManUtd VanCam Fantasy League table and end with a look at your comments. So if you dropped a comment in or you tried sliding into Kev's DMs, your comment could get read out at the end. So don't change the channel, don't go anywhere, pin back your ears. Pin back your ears, crack open the beers, and let's get into this week's edition of ManUtd VanCam. There's only one place to start. Let's have the big VanCam debate. The big VanCam debate! Welcome to your first feature of ManUtd VanCam. This is the big VanCam debate. This is where Kev sets a question for you, the viewer. You get involved in the poll, and next week I let you know exactly what the VanCam community is saying. Last week we were talking about this big bearded bastard. Yes, it was Sergio Ramos. It's because he's apparently on a free transfer, depending on how you look at it. Is he trying to get a bit of a pay rise out of Madrid? But all roads pointing to Manchester, according to the media. Yeah, of course they do. We get linked with about 300 million players every transfer window, so this one will be no different. Sure, Cristiano Ronaldo will be getting linked to United again at some stage as well. Love that, love it. Bring him home, bring him home. Anyway, there was loads of people that got involved in the poll. I'll hold the poll result for a minute. I want to get a few of the messages out of the way. Vasan Naidu said, although Ramos is still world class, I still remember I used to get a salary hike. Here we go again. The captaincy at Madrid, we don't need mercenaries like him. Can certainly see where you're coming from. VanCam regulars Nicky Jefferson and Disco Stu Madrid were in the comments. Nicky said never rated him as Man United standard. Yes, experience is good, but I'd rather get a promising young defender in. And Stu said he's only putting pressure on Madrid to get a new contract. Seems to be a running theme here. Nicky Sam said no, but if United do sign Ramos, I would love to see him against Salah, because what happened in the 2018 Champions League final? Ramos injured Salah. It's a low blow, and we certainly do not, you know, what was going to say? We don't condone injuring players. Unless they're Liverpool players. I'm joking, dickhead. Do one said, definitely, he's world class. Darren said, better than what we have. So that was the running theme on ManUtd VanCam. It was a bit of a mixed bag, but I'd say the majority were going down the no route, because they can probably see that, a bit like Bastian Schweinsteiger in his prime, used Man United to get that new contract, and then we got him when he was about 74 years old, and he was past it, but he still got the paycheck. So last week, Sergio Ramos, would you take him? Would you sign him for Manchester United? 63%, which is pretty much a landslide when we're talking about percentages and all that. Never been great at maths, but I know that 63% is higher than 37. So quick maths. 63% said no. You can stick the big bearded bastard up your ass. And on to your big VanCam debate question for this week. It's a bit of a shithouse question. It's a challenging one. It's a hypothetical question. Here we go. We've had the Ollie in, Ollie out debates on this channel loads, and I don't want to go near that one. The reason it's a hypothetical question is because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's contract is up in the summer. Manchester United would be right to review that. Wait to see where Man United finish this season. Did they pick up any silverware? Is the progress? Is he clearing the deadwood out? You know, what does the future hold for Manchester United? I get that. That's what they should do. But the question for this week is, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's contract was expiring this evening, okay, so that's Friday if you're watching live, would you offer Solskjaer a new contract? Now, this is going to tug at the heartstrings. You can look at it, but it is to see where you're at with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So my point behind this is that if you say no, I don't think anything less of you thinking you're an Ollie outer or anything like that, because we're not going down that road. I can't stand all that shit. What I want to know is, at this point in time, do you think that United have progressed? And would you be in a position to say, do you know what, Ollie? I like what I'm seeing. Here's a new contract, whether it be a year, 2 years, it doesn't really matter. It's just the fact of, would you keep Solskjaer on, or would you be looking somewhere else and thinking, do you know what? You've done a top job up to now, but we need somebody to take Manchester United to the next level. So it's a bit of a shithouse question, yeah? Okay, so you've got to answer that one. Would you offer Solskjaer a new contract? And as always, there is no sitting up on that fence. I tell you why. I had a right time of it the other week. The wife come in, threw this question at me out of nowhere. She said, Michelle Keegan or Megan Fox? She knows I've got a soft spot for the two of them. So I said, no, not separating them. I want both of them. You know, Kev's being greedy. I want both. So she said, no, it has to be one or the other. You know, Megan Fox or Michelle Keegan. I said, no, I can't separate them. And it got us into a right argument. I said, you knew this one would get to me. That's always been my dream. Megan Fox and Michelle Keegan. I take them out paintballing. But Keegan, do you know what I mean? Foxy, I'm hitting him on the inner thigh because Kev's got the healing hands. So after it, come on in, do you know what I mean? I'll give you a bit of a rub down and all that. Later on, I'm bringing him to the all-you-can-eat buffet on Deansgate. You know, we're dining out big style. Kev's rolling the red carpet out. And then later on, who knows? If they've not been wowed by the Kev factor of a day out of paintballing and an online buffet, then, you know, that's your loss, sisters. I'll move on to something else. So anyway, I mean, I didn't eat for a week. I was sleeping in the doghouse out the back. Bad times. So, yeah, I admit I've sat on the fence before. I didn't like it. So you've got to make a decision. Solskjaer, new contracts. Yes or no?
For BIG VanCam Debate!
Things just got a bit strange on the ManUtd VanCam. Just forget that end bit. The Solskjaer bit is the main bit, yeah? Yes or no? If his contract was expiring now, would you offer him a contract? Make sure you get in the comment section. Get on the community tab of the ManUtd VanCam page. The question is already set for you. You click a simple yes or a no. Nice one. Right, who's up for seeing some absolute weapons? I know I am. It's CockStroker of the Week.
CockStroker of the Week!
A very warm welcome to your weekly roundup of absolute dangers, weapons. It's CockStroker of the Week. 6 nominations to get through this week. Without further ado, let me get you through. And number 6 this week goes to this goalkeeper who was raging at half-time with his team's performance. So as he's coming off, he thinks, I'm really, really angry. And I can show my anger by slamming the ball down into the turf, which was great. It makes him look really tough. He's got a bit of a bowl on him walking off the pitch. I'm not happy with this. The only thing is, the ball comes straight back down and hits him clean on the head. Adding insult to injury. I love the way that he still maintains his absolute anger and I'm a hard man. Even though the ball hits him on the head, you know he went in them changing rooms and shed a tear. He probably sat in the toilet cubicle and thought, what an absolute tit. I've probably just made CockStroker of the Week. And you have, so well done. Number 5 goes to Chelsea player Cesar Azpilicueta. Try saying that after a few pints. It's a great game, I like. Anyway, after a game recently, Azpilicueta after the game was going up and the in thing is to give a fist pump, innit? Because you're not allowed to shake hands because of COVID and all that, but you can still fist pump or whatever. But he's left hanging on the pitch and it could have gone in best of the week. I'm putting it in CockStroker of the Week because if I was him, I'd be running after them people and saying, oi, dickhead, I want me fist pump. Don't ever leave me hanging. Don't ever do that. This week's number 4 was pointed in the direction of VanCam regular Duncan Orr, and it's from Anfield Fans, at Anfield Fans on Twitter. Wait for this. Liverpool still undefeated in the league at Anfield with fans for over 4 years. That is impressive. That is not impressive. That is absolute downright deluded fuckery right there. So now they're claiming, because the fans aren't in the ground, they're keeping this 4-year record because there's not fans in the ground. So they've changed it to with fans. And they call us lot deluded, living in the past and all this bollocks. That is just unbelievable. And for that reason, it's number 4. This week's number 3 comes from somebody who slid into the DMs. Yeah, he did. It was Bill Downey. He said a contender for CockStroker of the week. He quickly realised his error and said Stroker. So I said, right, I'll have a look at it. You've probably seen it. It's the clip that went viral of the lawyer in Texas who entered a Zoom call, but he had a filter on where he was a cat. Now, the thing that's really, really funny about this is the fact that these are really important people. We've got a judge and a few lawyers trying to have a Zoom chat, right? But the guy that can't get the filter off is trying to actually convince the other people that he isn't actually a cat. And like I said, these are really important, intelligent people. So at what point would the lawyer and the judge that are in the Zoom call be like, you know, looking at this cat talking to him and going, shit, man, we're talking to a cat. It's obviously, there's no such thing as a talking cat, you tit. For that reason, it's definitely in CockStroker of the week. And fair play to Bill Downey for the nomination.
Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to
we're trying to, can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
Hitting the number 2 spot this week, and thanks again to Duncan Orr for pointing me in the direction of this man. We all know who it is. Old flip-flop, Jurgen Flip-Flop. And that's because I've always said, you know, Jurgen Klopp is so gracious in defeat. It's all right when they're beating teams 4, 5, 6-0. He always comes out the end and he's like, ha ha ha, yes, well, we won this game and that's the way the game should be played. Yeah, because you won, you dick. So what are you like when you get fucking dicked by Man City 4-1?
You have only 2 questions and you waste one for that.
No,
your fault.
The second one was about possibly fighting for the top 4.
You had only 2 questions.
So is it mainly about the top 4?
You had only 2 questions. You know, the second one was, you wasted it.
Yeah, no stupid laughing, no sight of them big pearly white teeth, no praise for the opposition, just an absolute sour loser. Yeah, so gracious in defeat. And the number 1 CockStroker of the week this week. Last week marked the anniversary of the Munich air disaster. A terrible tragedy, the worst day in Manchester United's history. Liverpool tweeted out and said, today our thoughts are with Man United and all those affected by the Munich air disaster. On the anniversary of the tragedy, we pause for remembrance, gone but never forgotten, and a picture of the Busby Babes. That gets the thumbs up from Kev, and I'm sure most United fans will be in agreement. You should be. It's a nice little tribute. Rivalry goes to one side on a day like this. It's the exact same when Man United pay their respects to what happened at Hillsborough, the Hillsborough disaster. It's exactly the same. So we get one dickhead. Arana Gosh, who tweets, they don't respect us for Hillsborough admin. You know, as if he's in direct conversation with the admin at Liverpool. What kind of the mind seriously boggles. And this is where social media, this is the worst of social media. Aragan, whatever he's called, gosh, coming out with shit like that. It was a day for remembrance, not stoking the flames of a rivalry between 2 teams. Because at the risk of repeating myself, what I just said before, rivalry is put to one side for that day. And for that reason, Mr. Gosh, you are the number 1 CockStroker of the week.
CockStroker of the week.
And in true ManUtd VanCam style, we always follow up them shower of weapons, the CockStrokers, with a look at the good stuff. It's best of the week. What about you, email? What the fuck about it? Here we go. It is time for best of the week. 6 of the finest to bring to you, and you just kick back and enjoy, as always. Number 6 this week goes to the person who edited this clip. It is of the great Edison Cavani. He was watching some kind of clip on his laptop, put it out onto the internet, but somebody's put Bashy Mac's very catchy ABBA song over it. See what you think.
Give it to Eric Cantona. I sing the love and that's his story, the goal. Give it to Eric Cantona.
Number 5 goes to this beauty of a video. Simply said, get the pubs open now. And I can't disagree with it, man. I'm proper pissed off, man. Man wants a pint. Man wants to see his friends and just go out and socialise like everybody does. But this kind of ballooning just reminds me of the good old days, man. In the Horseshoe, 11 June. Bank holiday weekend, Sunday night, no work on Monday. And no, I didn't wear pants as tight as that. Kev never would do that. But I certainly liked a bit of barstool action. Any of my good friends will tell you that Kev was always there. When Oasis cigarettes and alcohol come on, I'd have the barstool in my hand. You know, didn't get told off because it was Kev. It's just what I did. Yeah. Number 4 is a corker. It goes to a non-league team called AC Milan. And we know that non-league football compared to Premier League football, they are worlds apart. But we get the fancy visuals with the Premier League, don't we? Like when they walk out behind the green screen and they stand there, all that bollocks and all that. Even goals, you know, nowadays United will go, it's in there, you know, it's Cavani, and you get some mad thing of Cavani or whatever. AC Milan took it a little step further. It says, goal! The big man grabs his hat-trick as well after a lovely composed finish into the top corner. What a player. And they actually put this clip out. And he's having a cheeky key. Number 3 goes to Rob Madge on Twitter, who over the Christmas period tweeted out this famous clip from The Sound of Music. He said, "The Sound of Music is on and I still scream every time the mother abbess calls Julie Andrews a cunt face." I've just said cunt for the first time on VanCam.
Our abbey is not to be used as an escape. What is it you can't face?
Number 2, and we're back to that infectious we're in number 2, and we're back to that infectious Number 2, and we are back to that infectious Bashy Mac song. Try saying that a couple of times after a few beers. I can't even say it now, I'm not even drinking. We're back to the Eddie Cavani song, of course we are, but this clip was a belter because some lad sent it in. I think it goes along the lines of he'd been out the night before or whatever, or he'd had a few drinks. We're in lockdown, aren't we? And he recorded this clip getting very excited, but here he is anyway. We're getting up to the chorus. Finger beauty, man. Finger beauty. He's forgot the words, but he's just getting in there. He's getting on it. He's, yeah, getting on it like a car bonnet.
Give it, Cavani. Watching basketball.
And taking home the Holy Grail, the number 1 best of the week this week goes to an absolute cheeky penalty. What an absolute belter this is, right? This should be the new Bruno Fernandes technique. Lots of people pissed off at him. He's hop, skip and a jump. You know, he shouldn't be able to do it. He's putting off goalkeepers and all that. We'll deal with it, because if he ever did this against Man City or Liverpool, I would literally piss myself. Absolutely piss myself, because it's that great. So he's going up. He's pretending he's got to reposition the ball. Oh, have a bit of that. Telling you, man, Bruno, if you're watching, of course you're not. You don't watch some silly old dickhead in a van talking about United. But if somehow, you know, the paths cross or whatever, then yeah, do it. Do it. Oh, best of the week. And what a penalty that was. That's the kind of thing that if Kev attempted to do, I'd trip over my own feet, fall, twat my face on the floor and look like a right tit. Right, next, we're going to have a very, very quick look at the VanCam Fantasy League table. Fuck's Here we go with the ManUtd VanCam Fantasy League update. This will be very brief as always. There is no change in the top 7 following last week's results. Everybody doing really well at the top. Jay Daly moving up as well. Yes, it took me a couple of days, but I did locate myself. ManUtd VanCam FC dropped down to 50 bastard 7th place. And that is because Kev totally overthought things this week. And I'll tell you why. I thought Everton are playing United. I'm going to be cheeky, man. I'm going to put Calvert-Lewin on the bench. 12 points. Some dickhead called Kilman even got me 8 points. Why did I use the bench boost? Oh, and I had a good week, really. 71 points. But that would have been I don't know what to talk about, to be honest. That Solskjaer got sent off. Apart from that, Gundogan and... yeah, that's it. I'll update it again next week. Sadly, we are approaching the end of ManUtd VanCam, but that doesn't mean that we haven't got time to read out a few of your comments. So brace yourself. If you dropped a comment in this week, this could be your time to shine. Over on Instagram, somebody slid into the DMs. Yeah, they did. It was Fergmc, who said, "Kev, you bloody legend, keeping me half sane during lockdown. Love the channel, love you." Well, I love you, Ferg. Thank you very much, mate. All hail Sir John of Vallandingham. It is the main man himself. Of course he was in the comments section, always is. He says, "You have some crazy fans here in the Garden State, Kev. I get calls all morning. Lol." Thanks very much. People actually ringing John Vallandingham, getting excited about VanCam. If that's not what it's all about, then I don't know what it is. B. Kostecki from Poland he is. He said, "Hi Kev, my friend Raver, Dave the Rave, recommended your show to me and have to say that even if I was reluctant at first," yeah, another United VanCam for fuck's sake, "after watching one episode, I'm already a happy subscriber. Some proper Mancunian stuff. All the best from United diehard from Poland. Keep it up, Kev." Thanks very much. It's nice to know we've got somebody from Poland who watches VanCam. So that's mint in itself. Jeff Wardrop does a lot of work on the ManUtd VanCam Facebook page, copying his mates in who he thinks will like. So that's good work as well. So great show. Great fun. Great show. Fun as always, Kev. So nice one. I don't know whether that's Leah United or Illa. I always get that mixed up. Always in the live comments, so always watches. Says, "Kev, you are a legend, mate. Keep good work up. Come on, Manchester United." All in capital letters, really getting aggressive. Nicky Slam, pure regular in the comments section. Proper sarcastic bastard. Said, "Kev, cheers, Kev. The video cheered me up. I hope you have a good weekend." I did. I always have a good weekend. Try to make the most of it. Yash Jane said, "Kev, did you leave the United stand?" Which was pretty much news to me. I was thinking, bloody hell, I've only done a few months, man. They've already binned me off. I said, "What makes you say that?" He said, "You were absent from the past few shows, so I thought you left. I hope you don't leave, because I love you, by the way." Thanks very much, Yash. I'm absent from certain shows because obviously I have a day job. So some of the games run over and it's a late night fan forum or something. If I've got to be up at 3, 4 in the morning, it's not happening, man. Do you know what I mean? You've got to take me day job seriously. Of course you have. Luke Nichols slid into the DMs and said, "Hi. All right. Do you like Man United?" Do you like Man United? And to finish off with Donny van der Beek FC, which is at United Milano in over on Twitter. This was said, "This week's hashtag doppelganger of the week is a doozy." At Milano United, I can't even remember your name. It's not even relevant, man. I'm sure I've seen this guy on Paedophile Hunters. I'm sure. So what you trying to say about Kev, eh? You pure shithouse. I swear to God, you might, I'm not going to say mate, dickhead. You getting a Fellaini elbow to the face if our paths ever cross at Old Trafford when fans are allowed back in the ground. I can't believe it, man. That's just downgrading, Kev. You've upset me. And as I always say, that has pissed on Kev's chips. And nobody likes pissy chips. I like a bit of salt and vinegar on them. I always tell you that. It's because this kind of shit winds me up. And the best thing is it's a story from a newspaper, so it obviously means he's done something. Oh, brace yourself for it. A man who tried to enlarge his penis by inflating it with an air compressor almost died after his penis exploded. 38-year-old Colin Brown. He's even the same bastard age as me, from Preston, where he's found lying unconscious in a pool of blood. Well, that's your fault, Colin Brown. Try to enlarge your penis with an air compressor. Well, that's what worries me about my subscribers, man. Are you saying I look like him? Or is this the kind of thing that Kev would do? Take an air compressor to the schlong? Because it wouldn't be happening. Quite happy with the size of mine, yeah? And even if I wasn't, I wouldn't be starting to stick air compressors round it, because there's health and safety laws out there. I know myself, working in construction. You don't go sticking an air compressor on your bell end. You're just asking for trouble. And his penis has exploded and he's woke up in hospital looking like a right tit. This week, I can't believe how mad you've got me at Milan or whatever. This weekend, we play West Brom. And for me, if we don't win this is must win. Forget about the title. It's slim hopes. We're hanging on by them fingernails, them little bastard fingernails. But if we don't win this, you definitely kiss goodbye to it, because Man City, no signs of slowing down, man. They've just set a new record for consecutive wins, which is great. What a great note to leave on. Somebody blowing the penis up with an air compressor. Man City getting, you know, the all-time wins or something in a row in English football. We've had it all. Michelle Keegan, Megan Fox. What more could you want from a ManUtd VanCam channel? I'm just simply going to leave it at that. I'm not actually, because I've got to do this. For United at the weekend. Come on, United! I said your love, keep on lifting me higher and higher. Thanks very much for watching the video. You can also follow me on these other social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, plenty of fish. Oh yeah! Thanks to everybody who gets involved, comments, likes, shares, subscribes. Subscribing is the main thing. It costs you nothing, and why wouldn't you want to do it? This is ManUtd VanCam.